One of the most exciting things, I think, is really the uptake that we're seeing in telehealth and the way that people are connecting and engaging with their physicians. You've got companies like TytoCare, which is a company that was out at CES, who's actually providing home diagnostic kits so that people are utilizing medical devices in the home to provide the data that people otherwise see might be lacking in a telehealth consultation. So I think that's going to be really, really important, because now the point of care is moving on from just the physician's office and really becoming the actual individual home. When we look at how we're going to connect and engage with consumers, I'm very excited about a company called Digital Health Networks, which is a division of TV4 out of Los Angeles. They're getting ready to launch the very first OTT television network specifically dedicated to healthcare, which will allow consumers to really connect and engage with content in a way that relates to them as individuals. The way we're really kind of driving the communications around media is really looking at and understanding more, approaching media from a more behavioral mapping perspective, where it's not just the who, what, where, when, and how people engage, but why they do what they do. And I think that's something that's very important when we really look at the individual people who are looking to understand and connect and engage with their environment. Two people might look very much the same from a typical archetype perspective, but when you really get down to why people do what they do, they're triggered by very, very different things, and understanding that ability to bring that forth into not just the overall media journey, but the creative process is a really important and exciting thing. One of the most impactful things that's really happening right now is the major shift as it relates to medical cannabis from a public policy perspective. In December, what you saw was essentially the legalization of hemp growing throughout the United States. It's very impactful because it's essentially a derivative of the cannabis plant. So you've got politicians who, while they may not be looking at this and driving it forward from an altruistic perspective, I know, Senator McConnell was a real driver for the legalization of hemp, but that's primarily because it increases farm revenue in a state as opposed to what it does for other people. I think you're going to see that changes have to be made because other countries are really moving forward with this. The number one issue, bar none, is that it has to be changed from a Class 1 prohibited drug, and I think that's what we're probably going to see first. The opioid epidemic is literally touched almost everybody that I know in some way, shape, or form. When we look at some of the solutions that are available today, presently, and the statistics and the studies that are coming forward, when you see that medical cannabis, as an example, prevents people from having to go on opioids at all, and obviously has significantly less side effects, there's a lot of elements and things that we can look at with regards to ways to improve upon that situation without having to make massive government legislative changes. So I think that's something that I would really hope we look at very seriously with regards to ways that we can take significant steps towards advancing, reducing the number of deaths related to opioids. I think the other element that touches everyone is cancer. We're really making strides towards solving some of the, literally the most significant challenge that we face as humans with regards to our overall healthcare.